Naomi qualifies for 2025 Elimination Chamber. Chelsea Green versus Naomi. The first match on SmackDown was an Elimination Chamber qualifier where Naomi battled United States Chamber Chelsea Green. As the Chamber is approaching in a few weeks' time, we're finalizing the competitors. Chelsea had her secret Vice Piper Niven with her, while Naomi had her tag team partner and one half of the tag team champions, Bianca Belair, at ringside. The two went at it early, with both trying to get quick pins. As the match went on, Piper of course got involved, but in the end it didn't matter. Naomi picked up the win and now has entered the Elimination Chamber. Top star gives major update after suffering devastating neck injury. Naomi sends him a message. Naomi has reacted to a major update shared by a popular star who suffered a serious injury a few months back that put his wrestling career in jeopardy. The WWE star commented on TNA star Chris Bay's massive recovery update. For those unaware, Bay suffered a neck injury back in October 2024 in a tag team match, where he teamed up with Ace Austin to face the Hardy Boys. The impact was so devastating that he was paralyzed in the ring and required immediate surgery. Later, a GoFundMe account was opened to cover Chris Bay's medical expenses, which led to generous contributions from the wrestling world. Big names like Cody Rhodes, Chris Jericho, Will Ospreay, and more also went out of their way to help Bay in the testing times. Now, the former TNA X Division champion has shared a wholesome update with his fans on X/Twitter, revealing he was back on his feet and able to walk now. As expected, this led to a flurry of comments among the several stars who reacted to the news. Naomi also dropped a heartfelt message with a tear in her eyes and a prayer emoji. Nia Jax is a big admirer of former TNA star Naomi. Though they might not get along very well on WWE TV, Nia Jax and Naomi shared a close bond behind the scenes. In a recent interview, the Irresistible Force revealed that one half of WWE Women's Tag Team Champions was one of her favorite persons in all of wrestling, and also lauded her work in TNA. I think it's incredible. I think it's great that we partnered up. TNA has always been such a great company. I've seen so many talents come from there, and Naomi was there recently, and having her come back. I love her. She's one of my favorite human beings. Naomi herself is a former TNA star. She joined the company after leaving WWE alongside Sasha Banks during an episode of Raw. The star has since returned to the promotion. The 37-year-old star and Bianca Belair are expected to defend their women's tag team title against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez soon. The Judgment Day duo defeated them in a non-time match on Raw's January 27th episode. Naomi sends a message after Nick Aldis seemingly confirms Jade Cargill's secret attackers on WWE SmackDown. The mystery surrounding Jade Cargill's backstage attackers in WWE has kept the wrestling world riveted for weeks. Finally, on this week's episode of SmackDown, Nick Aldis seems to have revealed Judgment Day's Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez as the perpetrators of the heinous assault back in November 2024. Cargill was found beaten down backstage, prompting WWE to pull her from action. At the time of the incident, she was one half of the women's tag team champions alongside Bianca Belair. Following the attack where Jade Cargill sustained several injuries, her title was given to Naomi. Following weeks of speculation regarding who could be the attacker, Nick Aldis finally came up with some concrete evidence on WWE SmackDown. In a backstage segment, Aldis showed Belair and Naomi the footage of the incident, where Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez could be seen walking near the ambulance. Though it isn't confirmed if Morgan and Rodriguez were indeed the perpetrators, Naomi, who had been speculated to have been behind the attack, has proclaimed her innocence now. She took to X/Twitter to react to the revelation on tonight's SmackDown. Naomi was also in action on SmackDown this week, where she defeated Chelsea Green to qualify for the Women's Elimination Chamber match on March 1st. Fifth superstar qualifies for WWE Women's Elimination Chamber on WWE SmackDown. Naomi is headed to WWE Elimination Chamber. Naomi defeated Chelsea Green in a Women's Elimination Chamber qualifying match on the February 14th episode on WWE SmackDown. The finish saw Naomi hit the X Factor followed by a split-legged moonsault. Naomi joins Bayley, Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, and Liv Morgan in the Women's Chamber match. Check out the updated lineup for WWE Elimination Chamber by clicking here. During an interview with Wade Barrett, Stratus was asked if she would be at the 2025 WWE Elimination Chamber pay-per-view event in Toronto. Stratus confirmed that she'll be in attendance at the event and teased possibly wrestling. Vic Joseph announced that this week's episode of WWE SmackDown at the Nia Jax beats Naomi, notches third WWE Women's title defense in SmackDown main event. WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax retained her championship on WWE SmackDown, in part thanks to interference on her behalf over Naomi. Naomi pinned Jax last month after interference from Women's World Champion Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez before Crown Jewel. Jax started off the match hot, immediately getting her opponent in the corner and overpowering her. Naomi hit a rear view for a near fall on Jax, but the champion followed it up with a pop-up Samoan drop and set Naomi up for the Annihilator, but Naomi knocked her off to the outside, then took her out from the top rope. The broadcast cut to the back, and Morgan and Rodriguez were seen taking out WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Naomi got Jax back in the ring, but Miss Money in the Bank Tiffany Stratton attacked Naomi from behind. Naomi was able to counter a body slam from Jax, but the champion kicked out. Stratton tried to interfere again, but Bayley took her out. Naomi hit a split-legged moonsault, and Jax barely kicked out. Candice LeRae appeared to take out Bayley. Jax hit a Samoan drop from the second rope, dragged Naomi to the corner, and finally hit the Annihilator to retain. For those who missed the first SmackDown of the year, here are the results of all the matches that took place, as well as notes on the other highlights that happened during this episode. The show started with footage of last week's episode, breaking down the situation between SmackDown General Manager Nick Aldis ordering Kevin Owens to hand over the Winged Eagle WWE Championship title, as he's not the rightful champion, and the setup of Cody Rhodes challenging Owens to a ladder match for the belt at Royal Rumble after that. Cody Rhodes cut a promo where he said he was technically not cleared to wrestle tonight. Drew McIntyre interrupted. He gave some words of wisdom to the American Nightmare about how he, Cody, is the quarterback of the best roster the company has ever had, and Rhodes needs a friend to watch his back, so he's there as part of the transfer window. He always tells the truth. Rhodes equated his experience of leaving WWE to come back and finish the story to what happened with McIntyre as well, and put over the Scottish Warrior's successes. But he doesn't believe him, and he knows that Drew wants a shot at the title. McIntyre reiterated that he's here to help him, not hurt him, and as he was leaving, told him to watch his back, just as Kevin Owens jumped Rhodes from behind. McIntyre just casually walked away, and officials came out to separate Rhodes and Owens. Mercedes Moné picks upcoming Naomi WWE SmackDown. JR current AWTBS champion Mercedes Moné has commented ahead of Naomi and Bayley's upcoming WWE SmackDown match. WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax is set to defend her championship at WWE Bad Blood next weekend, but her opponent is not yet known. On last week's episode of SmackDown, Bayley and Naomi both pinned Nia during a tornado tag team match, with them set to face off against each other on this week's episode of the show. Taking to Twitter today, Naomi asked her followers for help in choosing which of two ring gear she should wear for the match, showcasing a new wig and other Uno-themed gear. Responding to the question, AWTBS champion Mercedes Moné responded, picking the Uno-themed gear for Naomi, saying, "Is there a heel turn in Naomi's future in the WWE? There's been no shortage of talk